Hi, this is Irma again. Welcome back to my site. As I told you before, we're going to be talking about a lot of things. And one of the things we're going to be talking about is your hair and the fact that it's breaking. Now, let me tell you a little bit about hair. What I understood and what I learned about hair is that a lot of times we think our hair is not growing, and that's not true. Your hair does grow, it grows all the time. But what's happening, especially to African American hair, is a lot of times we're breaking it off before we could even achieve the length. Now, it doesn't matter whether you're wearing your hair in weaves or you're wearing your hair in ponytails or extensions or whatever. But at some point, you're going to have to deal with your own hair. And what I'm here to inform you about is understanding your hair shaft. So that's the first thing we're going to talk about. What a lot of people don't know when they say that their hair is not growing is a lot of people don't know that your hair from the root to the mid shaft to the length on the bottom has different stages of life. Okay? For instance, when you're looking at your roots and you might need a relaxer or you might see the new growth in your roots, you're dealing with an area that's probably about, I don't know, 6 months to 3 to 6 months. And when you get in this area, you're dealing with an area from 6 to a year. When you get in here, you're dealing with a year and a half to 2 years, and depending on the length of your hair, it can be 5 years old down here on your length. Okay, I'm gonna say 2 to 5. So when you what that means is that your hair is achieving length. What's happening down here is what's stopping it from staying on your head. It appears that way to you anyway, right? So this is what's going on. One of the things I found is that the older your hair gets on your hair shaft, the weaker it becomes. For instance, it's almost like a woman versus a teenager versus a toddler. Okay? When you're a toddler, you got a lot of energy, you got a lot of strength. When you're teenagers, you got strength and you're really pretty active. That's somewhere in this area up here, or maybe in here. But when you get to 60 and 70 years old, and in reference to your hair, it could be 2 to 5 years old down here. This hair has been through a lot. And once this hair was up in your root, what a lot of people don't know is they think that maybe at some point the hair is going to grow down or the hair is not growing but because it's staying the same length. So what I'm going to share with you is your hair is growing. It's growing just the way you want it to grow. And you're not achieving the length because the last 3 inches of your hair is where you might be overworking the hair or not aware that this hair right here has to make it to whatever length you want your hair to be. So the last 3 inches of your hair is the part that we're going to talk about and pay attention to. How you handle it. I'll be telling you how to comb it. I know our moms have grown up. We all learned how to comb our hair. We all learned how to watch mom do it and kind of, copy that. But a lot of times because of our hair texture, we cannot do that to our hair. The abuse combing, the over pulling. What I've learned about our hair is you can only stretch it 5/8 of an inch, approximately, before it begins to snap, just like a rubber band. So when you're working with this area down here, it's been stretched a lot. It's been heated up, it's been blow dried, it's been overcombed, and maybe for some of you, not trimmed as often as you should. We'll talk about that later. But I just wanted to let you know that this area right here is the crucial part to pay attention to. Pay attention to how you're handling that hair. TLC, and I know our texture is a little bit coarser, it has a lot more texture to it, but that doesn't mean that you can overstretch the hair. So what I'm going to say is our hair is designed to be treated with TLC. The more texture you have, the more gentleness you have to put to the hair. And it doesn't mean that you can't stretch the hair, but overstretching it, combing it when it's not in its wet state or natural state properly can cause a lot of breakage. So if you're losing a lot of hair and you know you really are being rough with your hair, that's probably one of the reasons why you're not achieving the length. That's one. We're going to talk about many. At some point, I'm going to give you a demonstration to show you how to properly comb your hair, to show you what you can do to manage your hair. Whether you have relaxed hair, whether you have natural hair, or in between hair, no chemical at all, you will be informed. So on this site, you are about to be informed and empowered and enriched. And I will keep saying that throughout the series. And I hope that this segment has brought you value and made a difference for you to start looking at your hair differently and noticing, what am I doing to the last 3 inches to my hair? How am I handling that hair? Given that it's been on my hair probably 2 to 5 years and has seen many different stages of handling. So I want you to start paying attention to that in the mirror. And I'll be back. And when I come back, some of the topics I will talk about will give you a demonstration on the proper use for your hair. So thank you, and I hope this segment has been of value to you. I look forward to speaking to you all. Bye.